Yeah.
how I can see how that would work for feudal Japan, which would be fucking phenomenal.
Mm-hmm. We're just diving right into the show with the topic discussion already. Let's go. Hey, what's up, everybody? This is FSP number 29. Ooh, what a day today, guys. What a freaking day. We got some finally good, like, you know, we've had a lot of delays and stuff. Last Monday sucked. We got 2 delays on Monday last week. And this week we got some cool news. We did get a delay also. but you know, like, I think we've all just conceded 2022 at this point. You know what I mean? Like, there's still some good stuff coming, especially October. We went over some of that last week, right? But I think we've all kind of said, hey, 2022 is not going to be the best year in gaming ever. Like, it's just not, right? But now there's a lot of cool stuff, right? A lot of great stuff to play. It's not like none of us don't have plenty of stuff to play. 2023 is going to be like, I don't know how the hell we're all going to find time to play these games, because for a year right now where there's only been a couple of big releases, like AAA type big games, you know, next year by this time there'll probably been like 10, 15, 20. I don't even know how many there's going to be, but we'll talk a little bit about that later in the show. We'll talk about all this other stuff. Disney and Marvel Game Showcase is the thing. Is September 9th. Excited about that. There's going to be a new game revealed there as well. Also, we got some Assassin's Creed news thanks to the one and only Jeff Grubb from Giant Bomb now. So shout out to Jeff Grubb for posting the TikToks and stuff, spreading this news out there. But let's get into some introductions. Get to the introductions, everybody. And shout out to the chat as well. Awesome chat here. Thank you guys for being here. But hey, let's get to the lore master Jasper himself. What's up, dude? How are you doing?
I'm doing all right.
That's that question. I got to go to you first every time now, man, because
I've been playing Spider-Man. It's it's okay. It's not as mind-blowing or best game ever like some people said.
It's an old game now.
It's okay.
It's like six years old now, right?
It's remastered.
What year did it come out? Like 28? Was it 2016? 2018. So
2018.
It's like 4 years old. I guess not that old. Spider-Man 2 is going to be amazing, though. It's going to be so different. It's going to be so different. It's not going to be different, but it's going to be cool. Hey, Psycho, what's up, dude? How are you doing, man?
Oh, I'm doing fantastic. How are you? I'm glad to be here tonight. Thanks for having me on. And
having you on.
I've been playing.
Panel, bro. You belong here.
Well, he wasn't in the DM.
Yeah, I'm officially now. I'm officially a part of the FSP group.
I thought you were in there. We just don't use that DM group anymore. We just use like the one main one primarily, you know?
Yeah, I thought that was the main one, but I guess not. But anyways, so no, I've been playing a lot of games. I've been playing some Halo, some House Flipper, and fucking Power Washer Simulator, and some other shit. Oh, speaking of Power Washer Simulator,
yeah, Tony Grasso, 200 hours into it. I don't know how many hours me and Jasper put into it. I know not that much though. So Grasso's got us beat. I think Jasper.
Yeah, well, Jasper. Yeah, I was gonna say 40 minutes because Jasper is that speed runner. He quickly, washes everything.
Hey, it only takes 2 minutes to wash that first blue van. You're all being way too slow about that.
You know what's fun though? What I did is I took after I unlocked the like commercial one and like all the cool stuff, the spinning triple nozzle, not the spinning, but the triple nozzle thing, at the end and stuff. I went back and did like that backyard, the first backyard you do. Right, I remember this thing was a pain in the ass, It's like get underneath all those rocks and all that stuff, dude. It's like you can breeze through that motherfucker like so fast now. But it's actually fun. I can imagine there becoming a big speedrunning community for Power Wash Simulator. No. Okay.
No.
I guess not. I don't know. It seems like it would fit to me. Hey, Fuzzy, what's up with you, man?
Yeah.
How are you doing?
Not too bad. I've been playing a lot of Division, at least for today, but over the weekend, just playing a mix of a lot of different things, whether it be Flight Sim, Gran Turismo, a little bit of Cult of the Lamb, and kind of ran into the same issues as well. And my whole cult died, but a better start on the restart.
Yeah.
But
at least it's a good game to make it tolerable to restart, right?
Oh yeah. Although
No.
Psycho kept on requesting I eat poo or something, but man,
What? So both you guys' playthrough, I was requesting to prank people with poo. What the hell is that?
Yeah.
I don't know.
On mine, you were like, you wouldn't stop, dude. It was getting a little weird, man. You kept coming up to me, and it was for, I had like 4 or 5 people in my cult at this point, but for some reason, you're the one that kept coming up to me with the question, with the exclamation mark above your head. And I'm like, yeah, Psycho, what do you want? and he's like, let's prank Fuzzy. And I'm like,
Nice.
I did it once, and then immediately, like, Fuzzy almost was recovered. He had like a sliver left of bed rest. And then right when he was about to get up, you come to me. He's like, I'm like, yeah, Psycho? He's like, let's prank Fuzzy. And I'm like, no, he's going to die. He's going to die. We can't do it now.
15 minutes and you killed me.
Well, that Jasper, see, what had happened was that was, I forget who asked me to bring it. I think it was 3-Bit or Kate that had asked me to bring in 2 people that were starving, right? Well, the game was glitched, like a lot of people are having issues with, because I did my ritual, which I didn't know at the time. You need to wait to do it until the tutorial tells you to. I was excited that I unlocked it, so I just did it. Well, it turns out you can't advance without doing it when it pops up on the tutorial. You can't go anywhere, do anything really. And so I was running out of shit. I was running out of wood. I was running out of things, and I was trying to let the, ritual regain, but it takes like 4 or 5 days for that ritual to come back. I didn't know it was going to take that long. And so I begrudgingly let you into the cult, you and Pong. And I was trying to figure out a way to save you, but my berries were just not growing fast enough, bro.
You didn't have any scarecrows. The birds kept stealing them.
I didn't have enough wood to buy any scarecrows. Like, I didn't have enough wood because I couldn't go get shit, right? And I kept having to repair the damn beds. So I had to keep using I should have just let y'all fuckers sleep on the floor, But I kept having to repair the beds. And then what happened was also, I was like, oh, yes, finally, the ritual's done, even though Pong and Jasper had finally died, and I fed their bodies to the rest of the cult.
What the fuck?
What had happened was the ritual countered finished, and I was like, oh shit, I forgot you need wood for this. So I was like, okay, well, there's no way. I mean, like, everybody's gonna die by the time I get 10 pieces of wood, because all that was left is those little sticks that you can dig up in the ground every once in a while. So I just have to restart now. It was probably like 2 or 3 hours, 3 hours maybe of gameplay. But I had a blast. It's funny, right? So we'll start again, and we'll do it right the next time. You've been doing anything else, Fuzz?
Man, getting ready for the kids going back to school is about the biggest thing now. But other than that, man, it's definitely looking like next year, February in particular, it's going to be ridiculous. But clear your backlogs now while you can.
Yeah. 2022 is the year of the backlog.
Yeah.
What you've been playing? Any other old games, Psycho?
That's all I've been playing is old games.
I guess that's all there is for the most part. I mean, there's some new games, right?
Yeah, I've just been, with everything that's going to be coming out. Let me get this backlog kind of like trimmed down, because there's going to be a lot in the first half of 2023 with the backlog. So it's going to be nuts. Like,
yeah,
that February, March, April, because we don't know exact dates of a lot of things. We just know the first half of 2023. But I'm suspecting February, March, April is going to be the most congested.
Yeah, because
we know a lot of third parties coming out in February, March, and whatever Xbox brings out, it's nuts. I mean, you look at I threw a post up with all the games that are coming out in 2023. I mean, even in this year, it's all third party. There's like I want to say 15 games coming into Game Pass since the announcement in June. So, we got 10 months ago, and there's over, I want to say 30 games that we're going to be playing that Xbox. It's either in Game Pass or coming to the console.
Yeah. There's a shit ton of stuff, man. Absolutely.
Definitely the most stacked spring and early year we've ever had for gaming, I feel like.
Yeah,
I can't think of any other year that's been like this packed early on.
Do we think they're going to start moving stuff out of it towards the second half of the year, just because, you know what I mean? Like, even if it doesn't need it, or are they just going to go ahead and release these things?
I mean, put some shit in summer.
I think I think all you guys can chime in. I think they're going to talk to some of these developers and say, "Hey, listen, this is what's going on. Do you want to move? We can move. Like, good possibility that we could get Starfield maybe pushed out the first half and put it in maybe July, August.
You're
just
crazy.
I'm just saying, because there's a lot of stuff. Because if that game is going to take a lot of time,
because some of these release dates are still like kind of fluid. Like, we don't know when Star Wars is coming out. I think Star Wars could probably get delayed till fall. Like, along with Dead Space, I think Dead Space could possibly also get delayed till fall. So I think there's a lot of these games still that are announced for early that will possibly get delayed again.
Probably.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like we've had so many delays. It's like nothing surprises me at this point with delays. Are there games announced for the first half of next year that are going to be delayed? Yes, absolutely. Which ones? I have no idea. How many of them? I don't know. If 2022 is anything to go by, I would say a good portion of them. But a lot of these are from this year, you know. So, and some of them have been delayed multiple times already into that time period. So it's going to be interesting to see. The good thing is there's a lot of variety in the games that are coming in the first half of next year. I was talking to Kate. I was trying to hey, 2023 is going to be crazy. We all been talking about that. And I was like, can you make a thumbnail and just include some of the games? So that really hit me when I was like just looking through like some of the games and just off the top of my head, because all these delays the last couple weeks fit in that timeline. So within the first 6 month span, expectations for 2023. You compare this to like Dying Light and Elden Ring for this year, right? That's pretty. And Midnight and not mid. What was the Tiny Tina's
7 Horizon Zero Dawn?
Yeah, so we made like 5 big, decent, like AAA-ish big games come out this year, you know. And there's going to be a lot of stuff that's not that big come out early next year too. But just in the first 6 months, we could potentially expect Hogwarts Legacy, Warhammer Darktide, unless it gets an announcement that it could actually hit before the end of the year on console. I doubt it, but we'll see. Forspoken, Arc Raiders, Starfield, Redfall, Midnight Suns, Diablo 4, Forza Motorsport, Stalker 2, Wolong, and Dead Space. Now that's just on Xbox. Like, I mean, there's other exclusives on other consoles, and but these are like ones I was looking through the Xbox release list. So these are multi-platforms and first party that are going to be on Xbox, and that is stout. Like, that's how many games was that? Hogwarts Legacy is 1, Warhammer 2, Forspoken 3, Arc Raiders 4, Starfield 5, Redfall 6, Midnight Sun 7, Diablo 4 is 8, Forza Motorsport's 9, Stalker 2 is 10, Wolong is 11, and Dead Space is 12. So that's 12. That's 2 a month for the first 6 months, right? And there's going to be new games announced in between now and then. Supposedly, maybe a couple of like games from EA or so, or Ubisoft could fall into that. Also, we don't know when other games are slated to release, like Avatar and stuff like that. I don't know when that's supposed to come out, because that was supposed to be this year, I believe, originally, right?
Well, that's the rumors. I don't know if they ever had a confirmed date for that, though.
Right. I think it was announced that it was delayed past the movie recently. Wasn't that? Do you remember that, Fuzzy? I don't remember. I think Avatar was delayed, the game.
The game definitely was. I'm not sure as far as the movie. I know
I
think the
game.
movie was originally, and it was bumped at least a couple of months or so, but the game was definitely pushed back.
Yeah, the game was delayed. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so
the
I
game
don't
was
know
delayed.
if the movie's following the game this time around, which would be a kind of a first, I guess.
Yeah, I don't. It was delayed last time. The movie was delayed, so they gave more time for the game and movie. But this time around, I think the movie's sticking. With the holiday, the December, Christmas, I believe, or around that time. I think it was December, and sticking with that date, and then whenever the game comes out. So we'll see. But yeah, how you been, Jasper?
All right.
All right. No, we
Um,
forgot you. We forgot his intro. That's all.
No, we didn't.
I
We
went
didn't?
to Jasper first.
Yeah, and I did the.
Did you?
I don't know.
Oh yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, Avatar. It says within a fiscal year 2022 was what it was delayed to. So that means probably before March of next year is when the Avatar game's going to come out. So, I mean, it's just like insane. I don't know how we're going to have time for this. There was another game delayed within that time period today. It was Deliver Us to Mars, I believe. A smaller game, right? But still, it fits within that. So I don't know. Maybe you guys are right. Maybe they should move a couple out to like August, September, right?
That's what I said. I said some of these games just need to move out of the beginning, the first half of 20, because we don't know what's that second half. We really don't know.
And the second
Even
half could be stacked too, man. Like I don't
That's why
know.
I'm
Yeah.
saying like summer, because July is usually like the deadest month for games.
But
like,
I don't want to put
July.
I don't want to put that out into the universe too much though, because I don't want it to be the games that I want the most that they decide to do that with, right? I don't want them to be like, okay, we got you. We'll move Starfield, Redfall, Diablo 4, Forza Motorsport. You know, we'll move those like late next year. You guys are good. You know what I mean? I'll be like, fuck you. I'll move the other ones. You know, that's what probably happened.
Yeah.
I if anything, Forza could be pushed out to like summer.
Oh, dude,
because that'd
don't
be a
even.
good. But I mean, you go look at it. If you got Starfield and Redfall, if they do the beginning half of the 2023, at least going like a July, like Jasper is mentioning, a July release is
Stop
still
pushing
summer.
Starfield. Push Redfall.
Well, yeah, but I mean, motorsport. If that gets a July, sorry, if that gets a July release, that'd be good because people have played Starfield, and you know, a big chunk of it. If they got it done or finished it, you probably would speed run it, Jasper, of course. But we'll see how what everything is once we start getting physical, like hard concrete dates for a lot of these games. Then we'll know how congested each month, week is going to be. Like it could be like 1 week could be like fucking 10 games.
That's the way like it is in October this year. You know what I mean? It's like October, everything between the 20, like what was it, the 18th and like the 27th is like 10 games or some shit like that.
Yeah,
it's insane. What is there any like? Which one of those are y'all thinking would be the most likely to get pushed back out of that window?
Dead Space and Star Wars, like I said at the beginning.
Dead Space and Star Wars. I can see Dead Space for sure.
Yeah.
You know, that hasn't like had like a big announced delay yet or anything, and we have only seen like rough footage of it. It looks good, but like, you know, Callisto Protocol will have just come out at that point also, so it kind of makes more sense to distance it.
Doesn't Calypso come out this year?
Yeah, but in December. It's in December, so I think Dead Space was scheduled for like January, right?
Yeah, because I would like EA would want to stay around that to compete with Calypso, because if it waits too long, people might not want it, or they might actually look past it and get Calypso over Dead Space. So they might. It could go both ways. Really.
Well, we know EA, they like always push their devs, so maybe if their devs can like be like, hey, we need to delay this a little bit. Maybe they can push it to October, where Dead Space will be like a Halloween game, like it's supposed to be, like a horror thing, you know?
That'd be cool, like a Halloween game for 2023.
Yeah,
and this way, you know, Calypso, it's not in that Calypso Protocol.
I gotta correct you because it said it like 20 times now.
Calypso
with a T.
Calypso.
Oh, there you go.
Sorry, not Calypso. Calypso.
Well, I'd like that. I let the first like
Calypso.
5 slide, you know.
I thought it was Calypso.
Callisto. It's okay. It's okay.
Callisto. Oh, well, see, I'm just an idiot.
No, it's all right. You sometimes you replace a letter on accident. You know what I mean? So I thought it was one of those situations. Yeah.
I do that often. Don't mind me, chat.
What about you, Fuzz? Like, which one of these do you think would be the most likely to be moved if they wanted to kind of clear some space?
Ooh, I agree with Jasper on Dead Space. It would actually make a ton of sense to move it to October and give it as much breathing room from Callisto Protocol. It I could understand them wanting to compete and kind of go neck and neck, but it's probably best to put like 6 months or so between the two at least. Um, as far as on Xbox Studio side of things, I don't really want them to push back Motorsport. Like, I don't know.
Yeah. Well, of course, you're not you, Fuzz. You're like, give me Motorsport fast. You're still stuck on that GT7 right now.
Yeah, I'm hoping Motorsport is like either like late February up to like late March range, somewhere in that window.
Yeah.
And then have like Redfall early February. I don't think they'll step on each other's toes because they're totally different genres and stuff. But
You think Redfall's February?
I'm thinking it's February.
See, I was thinking like later, like June. Well,
They said they're having another 30-minute showcase of it, right? So like for me, I remember like Redfall was supposed to be summer this year, and Starfield was supposed to be November. So if they just go based on timelines, I would like Redfall should be before Starfield. And I'm thinking like they may be early 2023, and I'm hoping maybe that we get a new release date at this showcase where we get the 30 minutes. You know?
Yeah.
Well, see, I'm thinking that 30 minutes thing is going to be mostly dev talk, like. This is how we designed the audio for Redfall, stuff like that. I don't
right.
know.
We took real vampires and yeah.
I'm hoping that I'm kind of hoping that they keep that same like spacing like from when they went from summer to November between Redfall and Starfield. Like I'm hoping Starfield is by mid-May at latest. But I'm figuring February for Redfall, maybe early February, but that month of February is just going to be so busy. And like you got games that are coming into Game Pass that have gotten pushed back to that month as well. Because I think Deliver Us from Mars might be one of those that goes day and date as well. But it's we got Forspoken. I don't know.
Stalker 2 still like questionable.
Stalker 2 could be
situation.
one.
It's crazy. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead, Psycho.
I was going to say it's still in the store as December. They have not changed it, even though they've said that it's delayed. They just haven't changed it in the store yet.
It's just a placeholder. They probably don't have a placeholder for 2023 stuff yet, so they just left it as December.
That's very true. They probably because they got a lot more things to worry about than a placeholder for the new change date. So
yeah.
The funny thing is, like, I asked all y'all, and like, besides Jasper, everybody's focusing in on like the Xbox first party games, like it was with what might be moved out. But there's a lot of stuff. Like we went through like 12 games, and then Avatar was 13, right?
Yeah.
For me, I'm thinking like I agree with Jasper on Dead Space. I think that they could just give it more time, and I'm thinking also like I don't want to say it because my heart wants it as soon as possible, right? But Diablo 4, just because everything that's been going on at Blizzard the last couple of years, also with this acquisition looming over them and stuff,
but they do have family beta tests going on right now.
Yeah, but they just launched Immortal, right? So like they could be like, okay, we don't need to launch it right now. They could wait until summer and late summer and still be completely content with that. And they have maybe the acquisition should be over with at that point. Like maybe they just like did Microsoft a solid and like held it back until the acquisition was done, so that way they could put it in Game Pass.
I actually wouldn't mind that because then I wouldn't have to buy it.
Yeah. Right, but maybe the acquisition will be done anyway by that point. Yeah. Like even maybe it'll be done at the end of this year or like January or whatever, right? So, that's like the biggest one that I feel like I could really foresee moving out that far. And the other one, I don't even want to say it, would be Starfield.
Yeah,
just because it's such a big game. It's such a damn big game, dude. And like what we know now, like when Halo Infinite got delayed a year, like we all think it could have used another year. You know what I mean? And like Starfield holds so much weight behind it right now. And when they moved it out, I feel like they wanted to make sure it's polished. And like, can you ever, if you're Bethesda, not stop polishing that game? Like, now that's again one of the big first party games from Xbox. But again, if it launched in like, let's say August, right, or July, that could be, maybe it wouldn't be the best thing for release window for the game, but it would be like maybe on its own, you know? Because if you release like early 2023 and all that congestion and shit, is it gonna really get all the time that it deserves?
I would say that it could clear its own path. Like Elden Ring kind of pushed everything out of the way. I think Starfield could do that too.
You think so? Is it big enough too? Yeah. Could you imagine like Diablo 4 and Starfield releasing on the same week?
Oh my god.
And Forza Motorsport, because that's like another one that I really want. Like that's like, that would be like an amazing week, and it'd be a shitty week also, because I would be in a constant torment, you know, about what to play.
Yeah.
There's possibilities there, you know. I don't think Forza and Starfield would release the same week. That they wouldn't do that. You know, but.
No.
I mean, with Forza, you just do like 2 races and be like, well, I guess I'll go play Starfield for 4 hours now.
Right. That's true. Yeah.
Well, you gotta spend at least an hour or 2 building your ship, so
Yeah.
or creating the characters. So there's not enough hours in the day to split up the time between all 4 of them.
And another one is Wolong could maybe move out a little bit, because like it could get overlooked too much, you know.
We also haven't seen gameplay. It's just cinematic for that game, right?
Yes.
So that might be a little rougher than we expect. So it could get delayed till fall or winter.
Team Ninja's developing this, right? And haven't they kind of been known to delay a lot in the past as well? Like,
they usually have it where I think some of their games will have like a kind of a delay, or at least one, but they don't usually. They'll usually like list a year or maybe a month and year. They don't usually list the date until it's like within 90 days of it probably going gold or something like that.
So we also got let's see, Hogwarts Legacy's coming. I think that's going to be that they're going to try and get that out when it's winter. I think like you know. So
they want to get the closest to holiday as possible.
Yeah,
it's still one of those games that is like kind of holiday-ish themes in there.
But I mean, if they miss like December this year, it doesn't matter. If they sit on that game longer, then like if it's already done, if they sit on that game any longer, they're losing money on it. So once the holiday season ends this year, like they just need to get it out if they're not.
Yeah, because they still, even if it's after the fact, you know, let's say if it comes out end of January, you still got parents will still pick it up for the kids. Kids will be like, you know, the one game that they want for Christmas, they'll hold off if it's a month out, you know, and they'll still be picked up, because it's, for me, it's one of those games that I want. I just, every time I see not cutscenes, but images that are from the game, with at least with the common rooms that they've shown of Slytherin, Hufflepuff, Ravenclaw, and Gryffindor, it just captures that feel from, you know, the Hogwarts the movie that we watched, and it just captures that very well. And
I think it would be a good like January game. Oh, someone said February 10th, the date or whatever. I mean, it's still like, that's like the perfect time, because like that's when college kids are starting to go back. They go back later than like elementary and stuff for like winter break. Like that's when college kids are going back, and Hogwarts is kind of like a college. So like that would be perfect timing for that. I don't know.
Yeah.
On this list, I don't have all the games, which ones got new dates. So a lot of them didn't get new dates yet. A lot of them just said 2023 now, or early 2023 fiscal year, blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? Some of them did get the new dates already. So that's pretty concrete, though. If they already gave a new date, I don't think it's moved enough of February 10th. Right.
If it's February 10th, that's a good time It's not too congested, I don't believe, and plus, it's if you like Hogwarts and you're into that, uh, it, people are gonna play it. They're gonna pick it up. They're not gonna like. I don't know. I'm not gonna pick up Hogwarts because, whatever game came out.
Well, I
It's
mean,
one
if
of
there's
those.
something coming out a week after or a week before it, I'll probably skip Hogwarts because I was only going to play it this year because there was nothing else coming out later in the year, really.
Yes, but I like more. I'm more of a Harry Potter fan.
Yeah.
So for me, it entices me to get it, regardless of what comes out. Unless if it's like, a Starfield. Let's say they drop it in February. Yeah, I'm gonna hold off on Hogwarts for Starfield. But if it's not, then whatever. But yeah,
Yeah.
it's very interesting. What they were going to have planned for all the games that are have been announced for 2023. So we'll see. With all these developers, if they're talking in the background, like, all right, guys, there's a lot of effing games coming out in 2023. We can't, like, where, like more like Xbox, talking to whoever, like WB, like, okay, we got Gotham Knights coming and we got Hogwarts. So let's, where we're going to put these. And plus, we could see some deals with Game Pass because, well, if it's really congested, if we throw it in Game Pass, we're getting money up front. The game is in the service, so it's gonna get playtime because of that. So it might be in their bench interest if if that's the same, because people are still gonna buy. Let's say Gotham Knights, if that goes into Game Pass, like we were kind of alluding to months ago.
I don't think it's going to happen now with that lineup on the, what was it, the 20.
October's already has like 5 big Game
There
Pass
literally, I
games.
think there's like 2 other games going into Game Pass like the day that Gotham Knights is releasing, and like they're both big ones.
It didn't get it's still coming out this year.
Yeah, Gotham Knights is this year. It's October.
I'm thinking of Justice League, the
Suicide Squad. Yeah, that's next year.
That could be going into Game Pass. That's what I meant. Sorry, possibly. Because like I said, if there's a lot of games, if it's going up against, well, it wouldn't go up against Hardwork. It's the same fucking publisher. So, I don't know. What else would they push back? Like Suicide Squad. That could be that's more of a summer game, if I would say, than.
Yeah, does that even have a window yet? Is it? Yeah.
I'd say just like that would be a good time to release. That would be like kind of fall. I feel like, I don't know.
Yeah, when I did this list, when I was concentrating on those, I was concentrating on like early 2023 because who the fuck knows right now for late 2023? It's like up in the air completely, But we'll know more about that probably early next year, like, or maybe late this year with the Game Awards and stuff like that. The holiday 2023 might start shaping up a little bit, but right now, first half 2023 is already insane. You got enough games there to last the whole damn year, really, So
one of them that I just thought of, did they give a window for test drive Solar Crown?
Oh yeah.
Did they say 23 for that, or they just? I know they did.
It was pushed back.
Base console. They canceled current or last gen consoles, and they only said they're working on next gen for it.
Yeah, I think it's early 2023.
That could be pushed for summer. Possibly.
Yeah, the thing with them, so some of these studios, like, when I look at these big pubs, they have no excuse. They can delay as much as they want to. When I look at some of the other ones, it's like once the game's been in development for so long, sometimes they need to get the damn game out, right? Like, and like I think that's Nacon, right?
Yeah.
And they got a lot of cool stuff they're doing right now. I mean, they had their own showcase earlier this year that was like, wow, that was pretty damn cool. They had some really cool shit there, and they're like an up and coming, like pretty damn good publisher. And does Embracer Group own them, or is it just its own thing altogether, right? So
it's its own thing.
Yeah, they're like an up and coming publisher. Sometimes we've seen publishers like that have a big presence at like a Keighley show also, but Test Drive is one of their bigger games, so they have a lot riding on it, but at some point, it's already been in development for a long time now and stuff. I don't know if it can, like, I want it to release the next 6 months, hopefully. And I don't know if they've already canceled the original, the last gen versions, right? So they had to have done that for a reason. They can't just be like, oh, we want to make less money. Like, let's just do it that. Let's just do that. If you look at the amount of consoles out there, there's still like way less current gen consoles out there than there are last gen consoles, right? Unless they're all in the trash can, like somewhere, because there's like 150 million or 160 something million, 170, somewhere between there, like consoles that were sold between Xbox and PlayStation last gen, right? And there's like about 35, 40 maybe this gen right now. So you're just like saying, okay, well, maybe our data shows that only people on current gen consoles are really buying games, right? I don't know. I don't know what makes them make that decision. So it's either something with the data or something with the game, or it's like, fuck, we got to pool our resources to try and get this out,
Or
I
you
think-
could argue that maybe there's less games for next gen only, so you cancel last gen to save money there, so you don't have to waste dev time in it. You put it out for next gen only because there's less next gen only games. So maybe you're thinking like people want next gen only games, right? So here it is,
right?
You're
Like,
guaranteed more
bring
sales.
more attention.
Yeah.
To
just put on the commercial, next gen only,
Well, plus, don't forget, a lot of these developers been trying to get the F away from these Jaguar chips from last gen. They don't. It's not that they're able to develop for it, but at a hit because of the amount of resources and what they could put into the game, because it bottlenecks. The freaking CPU is a bottleneck for those consoles. So these next gen consoles, they're so far they had no one's mentioned any bottlenecks. So it's really the bar is set really high. So they're like, you know what, we can really develop these games and really put our vision to playing with these next gen consoles. They could have made a last gen version and it was like, ooh, that did not perform well. Look at Cyberpunk. That game should have been baked longer for last gen, released the next gen consoles or the now current gen versions, and held. Yeah, sorry, we're gonna hold it back because if we release this, you're not gonna be happy. If you're upfront, people be like, I get it, cool, and you get some people like, oh, we want it now. Go ahead now, and look, you saw what happened. People are like, oh, this game's trash. It should have been delayed. And it's like, make up your fucking mind. You want it or you want it delayed? Like,
yeah.
So I think that's
they got to find that sweet spot. You know what I mean? We never should complain about delays too much. Whatever. I will say they need to find another way of announcing it instead of putting a fucking.
Unless if it's like Beyond Good and Evil 2, then you can complain. But
yeah, some games like that, right? That were, but I think they need to find another way of announcing it instead of putting a letterhead on Twitter. You know what I mean? It's like they do the blog post on their website and they do the letterhead on Twitter. Like, how about come out with a video and show us something from the game to kind of keep us like excited a little bit? Be like, hey, we apologize for the delay, but like, this is some of the cool stuff we've been working on. Our new release window is blah 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 blah. Like, cool, we got some cool stuff to offset the disappointment a little bit. It's not that it's not a huge deal, but like, man, just that stupid little letterhead that we see. And so even more annoying is sometimes they follow it up like 2 weeks after some awesome like gameplay was shown or like some awesome event where they had a trailer like, oh yeah, we're all pumped. Let's get this fucking game that's coming out in like 3 months. Yes. And then like 2 weeks after we saw that footage, this has been delayed for indefinitely or whatever. And it's like, what? Come on. But anyway, it's not a big deal.
Yeah, it's just one of the hard things that if they just put down, like if they're like, yes, this game's been delayed, but we'll have more coming out soon. keep your eyes peeled at the website. Like, tell us that you have something in plan. A lot of these are just like, yeah, it's delayed. We will show you something, in the next 20 years. So
Yeah.
we'll, yeah, we're looking at you, Beyond Good and Evil.
We'll share news with you when we got it, right? A shout out to everybody in the chat. Thanks for tuning in to the show. Talos Ray, Wilfrey, Rosario, Shane. What's up? Oh, Kaitlin. Hey, baby. What's going on? Alvin. What's up, man? Tony Grasso. Vic the Click. I saw my wife said she was sending you a DM. I don't know what that was about, Vic. Anyway, Lord Ruffness is here as well. What's up, Lord Ruffness? Lemon, what's up, dude? 108 Dragons TV. Great show over there going on his channel. Phone 2708. What's up? Oh, there's Black Card A as who's at that Pong called him Black Card A. What's up, Black Card?
Yeah.
Soul Khan, how's it going, man? Lots of awesome people here. Appreciate everybody. Calarie, what's up? Let's see here. I'm gonna make sure I don't miss anybody. Guardian Black, Focus Active. How you guys doing? Why so serious? What up? What up? Ed Enzo, Gogol Poe, hanging out. Appreciate all you guys. All right, so if I miss you, sorry. Try my best. But we got lots of other cool stuff to talk about. Guess what happened today, guys? I know you know. Chris Jones, what's up, man? Disney Marvel Game Showcase announced for September the 9th. I dropped a little video about it, kind of talking a bit. Was surprising news on this announcement too, because there was like rumors and speculation going on for a while about Amy Hennig's Marvel game. Well, we know that she was working on a Marvel game. It's her first project over at Skydance New Media, which is like going to be a big studio that is going to do lots of cool shit, pretty much. But like, I think they have a Star Wars game that they announced already. Or they announced they're working on one. I don't know if we didn't get the information on that one yet. I don't believe, but did also say previously they're working on a Marvel game. Well, at this Disney Marvel Game Showcase, there's going to be a tease of this game. So it's going to be a brand new game announcement, and the announcement said Marvel Ensemble game. So the rumors in the past were that it could be Daredevil, and that source came from the original source that had leaked that Wolverine was coming. Now, when that person said this, nobody really took it and ran with it. But then Wolverine was announced, and then everybody went back to looking at that and was like, oh shit, you know what I mean? Like, this person knew about exactly everything, like he was spot on with stuff, and more than just Wolverine. And they said it was probably, I think it was a Daredevil game that Amy Hennig's studio was going to be working on. So we covered it on our channel about 8 months ago or so, and we talked about the possibilities, how cool that would be, what would a Daredevil game be like, and all these things. Well, it comes out today, like this is a Marvel Ensemble game. So that leads us to even like more like curious thoughts, right? Could this be like a Defenders? Could it be X-Men? Could it be a Fantastic Four? Could it be Pong was sharing in the DMs like Marvel Knights?
Yeah,
dude, there's just like so many possibilities about where they could go with a Marvel Ensemble. My heart wants X-Men. It's absent from gaming like too much, but like, yo, this is pretty damn cool. We're about to get a Marvel Ensemble game announcement from a big time studio, from one of the main creators of the Uncharted series and shit like that, guys. I mean, this is like big. This is gonna be a big time game with really good storytelling and stuff like that. So, I want to go fuzzy first on this. What would your dream Marvel Ensemble game be? I know you're not as big into this stuff as we are. That's why I wanted you first, because I figured this conversation could go on for a little while.
No, I've kind of wanted an X-Men game for a while. I don't know if they're gonna. I guess with Wolverine being in his own game, I don't know if that would even be who they would want to want to show as far as part of it. But yeah, X-Men is where I would like to see something along those lines, just for the fact of between Storm and Gambit, and just yeah, X-Men is the one I would go with. But I do believe that that leak that happened earlier in the year, as far as a Daredevil game, I think we're probably getting that. Fingers crossed.
Yeah, I hope so. And there's so many there's so many possibilities and things I could do, and it's never like the big obvious thing. Like the big obvious thing was when Square did Avengers, right? It was like, oh, there's an Avengers game coming. Well, look what we got, right? That didn't necessarily work out. But Eidos Montreal was also doing a Guardians of the Galaxy game, and we're like, okay, well, we're not excited, but that one turned out to be fucking great. That turned out to be absolutely awesome. So one thing is we don't know what to expect from this studio. First off, we know what they say. This is going to change the way storytelling is done in gaming, interactive storytelling stuff, and things like that. And like, she's really into like writing and stuff, so, I'm curious about the direction of this. So I start thinking about teams that make for good, like writing and dialogue and all that stuff. That's one of the reasons I keep going back to X-Men, because it has a lot of narratives with characters and relationships and stuff. What's wrong, Jasper?
See, I'm just thinking that coming from like her past games like Uncharted, I think we need to maybe look for more grounded heroes like Daredevil, where they're not like superpowers like hulking out and stuff.
So you're thinking
like,
Defenders?
Yeah, I'm thinking maybe Defenders, and like I'm thinking maybe focus on Hell's Kitchen if it's Daredevil, right. Like just like a smaller like place in New York City, and then you can tell like a stronger story without having to make a huge world. And like maybe just like go different places in the city, not like have like a whole huge open city like Spider-Man.
So Defenders would be badass if they did something like that. You could have Punisher, you could have Daredevil, you could have Elektra, right? You could have Luke Cage, Iron Fist. Was it Jessica Jones is in there too, right? Yeah. That'd be pretty sick.
Kingpin.
Yeah.
But then they're all,
and you could also like maybe in the game with like a big tease, like maybe like since they're grounded heroes, maybe they find like a big superpower villain that just like, oh shit, how are we gonna ever fight this? Because we're like, we don't really have powers. We're just like badasses,
Yeah. I'm excited for whatever it is. I don't even know what it is, and I'm already excited. Psycho, what about you, man? Like, what's where do you think this could be, dude? Do you think the Daredevil rumors got mixed up, and this is actually like Hell's Kitchen?
Daredevil show coming out.
What if it was just called Hell's Kitchen? It had Gordon Ramsay on the cover, like.
Oh my god!
You're an idiot sandwich.
Donkey.
You're an idiot sandwich. The game.
Yeah, that would sell off this. That would sell a million copies right there. No, me personally, I think, very plausible. It could be Daredevil, like Pong was saying, doing the Knights Marvel Night. Was it Marvel Knights?
Marvel Knights, yeah, with a K.
Doing the Marvel Knights. I was like, I was sitting there. I was like, well, we had a Marvel Alliance game that was for Activision, but we had, but that was just an ensemble of all characters. It wasn't like a X-Men character ensemble or Avengers. It was just popular X-Men character, or sorry, Marvel characters. So possibly we can get something along that lines if it starts messing with like universes and timelines where someone pops up from a different universe into this timeline. Like why would you get like a Wolverine in, let's say, in Hell's Kitchen for with that, what I mean? So there's a lot that they could play with.
I wonder, because they said that they're like, they really want to tell like a story in like a new kind of way. Like whenever I hear that, I always kind of assume that they're going to try to like hit you with like an emotional thing. So maybe like they play into the Daredevil story, like where he was a kid, he got in an accident and he has like emotional, like mental trauma. And then like he meets Elektra who also has mental trauma, and they kind of just like focus on that aspect in a story way where they're like these characters are dealing with tough shit in their life, like, and kind of tell the story in that way, so you experience it and kind of get emotional with the game.
You could. I mean, because the one thing with New York, you got Spider-Man's in New York, Avengers, well, the old Avengers Tower, I believe, was in New York. So
Yeah,
there's
he moved
just
it upstate so civilians wouldn't get hurt.
so there's a lot that they could play into with the Marvel licenses. Plus, with the whole multiverse right now, they could play into any timeline that they actually want, or really, it's hard because I get what what you were just saying with them possibly giving us an emotional story, and the what game, like what character do you know, and other outside of I mean, they're all kind of fucking emotional.
Yeah, they're all fucked up. They all have
so
something wrong with them.
yeah, but
I'm just saying, play into that side more than you would just like maybe just punch people,
Yeah, it could be. Yeah, it could be like a storytelling game with that has action and everything. That instead of doing cutscenes like a lot of these third-person walking adventure games that are mostly cutscenes with some context buttons you hit. You're like, oh, I hit an A button. Cool, another 10-minute video.
Yeah.
They could do playable cutscenes per se, and but yeah, I mean, Daredevil seems logical with the leaks.
The thing is, when they say ensemble and you just name it Daredevil, I don't know if that what I mean.
Just call it Defenders,
right?
That'd be because that's huge because the Defenders didn't really do well with Netflix, but if MCU is trying to revive it, making a game, and possibly them working with MCU with what they're trying to
they
go
could
with.
Still call it Daredevil. Maybe it's like them building up to the Defenders, so that way it would be
Right.
an ensemble, but it's still not.
But when they say in the announcement Marvel ensemble game, I think people are gonna assume it's like a cast a character type game. You know what I mean? But yeah, I'm gonna read this from the. I like what Crazy Louis said. He wants a Chuck Norris game, but I don't think that's part of like the Marvel. that would be awesome though. New Marvel game. This is from the Skydance New Media website back when they actually made this original announcement. Right. I'll just kind of dive back into the history of this. It was weird. Skydance is joining forces with the best IP partners in the world to create story-driven action adventure experiences with a focus on mystery, exploration, discovery, and adrenaline-pumping spectacle. Our first productions will tap in the traditions of adventure cinema. So this is a first couple productions here, the Star Wars one and Marvel in this Marvel game, right? Our first productions will tap in the traditions of adventure cinema to create an engaging, energetic experience that captures the spirit of TV and film to excite both longtime gamers and non-gamers alike. So that kind of gets me to think it's some kind of thing when they say to attract non-gamers. I think they want it to be a big budget spectacle type thing, right, to make people make it a pop culture like phenomenon type deal. A lot of advertising, a lot of marketing things, right? By challenging established design dogma and exploring new genres, mechanics, and means of player input. That's the part that gets me a little less excited. Is this going to be like a story narrative driven experience where it's very casual to play, but it has a lot of action on the screen, right? Like quick time events and stuff like that. I'm not sure. And means of player input. We believe we'll see an explosion of creative, interactive experiences that are inviting and appealing to everyone, expanding our audience by an order of magnitude. So I would not be surprised if these games are also playable on like multiple devices. If they're on the cloud or whatever, they'll have like touchscreen controls and stuff. They're trying to expand to like new audiences. Now I'm going to go. I remember I said like they had already said that they are making a Star Wars game, that they had teamed up there. But before that announcement had ever took place, we got the announcement that Skydance New Media joins forces with Marvel Entertainment to create an all-new interactive title. So I'm going to kind of read what we know about this game. This is just all coming from their website. New Marvel Games project marks first for Skydance New Media. Skydance New Media, the interactive division of Skydance Media, helmed by award-winning writer and director Amy Hennig, announced today a partnership with Marvel Entertainment to develop a narrative-driven blockbuster action-adventure game featuring a completely original story and take on the Marvel Universe. So I don't think this is going to be purely based on any specific comic. I think this is going to be letting her creative juices flow to create something that she's wanted to create in the Marvel Universe, right? This marks the first initiative from the new AAA game studio, which was formed by Hennig and EA veteran Julian Beek to pioneer a new category of story-focused interactive entertainment. A groundbreaking convergence of games, film, and television. So whatever this is like, we haven't really seen this before, at least where they're putting it.
When you say that, that makes me think that it's not even going to be Daredevil. It's going to be some like kind of unknown Marvel character, because Disney's very controlling of their known characters, especially the ones they're currently working on.
They keep giving them to Sony.
So that's where it's like,
yeah,
maybe this is not Daredevil, because we know there's Disney's doing future Daredevil shows, so maybe it's like someone in that universe. That's where that kind of rumor came from,
right? So it goes on to say, and again, this is groundbreaking convergence of games, film, and television. Like, this is like going to be some kind of like thing we haven't really seen before to this scale. I think it's going to be a blend of genres, kind of. It says, I can't imagine a better partner than Marvel for our first game, said Hennig. The Marvel Universe epitomizes all the action, mystery, there's that word again, mystery, right? And thrills of the pulp adventure genre. So I'm getting like a little detective stuff going on here as well, which would fit with Daredevil and also fit with some other characters as well, right? That I adore and lends itself perfectly to an interactive experience. Another interactive experience take, right? It's an honor to be able to tell an original story with all the humanity, complexity, and humor that makes Marvel characters so enduring, and to enable our players to embody these heroes that they love.
I was thinking maybe we could get this game before the Daredevil show comes out, and this would be like a prequel to the show to tell you the story before, like what happened in between the Netflix show and the Disney show. And that would be like a unique interactive experience, because it would be telling you a prequel for a show, but in a game.
Like actually tie it into the MCU stuff. If they did that, that would be pretty crazy. Like if we start actually our actions on the MCU stuff, actually like that would be pretty sick. I would be fucking crazy excited for something like that, dude.
Bro.
Psycho. What?
That just popped in my head. What about a fucking what is it? Illuminati. And they can tie in the MCU with Illuminati, because they still need to talk about Fantastic Four, and Namor is going to be released this. We're going to see Namor with Black Panther. We already seen Xavier, so we possibly get that. Maybe that could be. Maybe that could be it. Maybe Illuminati.
Yeah, I don't know.
It'd be interesting.
Vic says we already had a Quantum Break game that did not go as planned. No thanks, right? With the interacting with the TV and gaming. I don't want like to watch a TV show while I'm playing the game, right? It needs to be
the story in the game, and then
yes, exactly, right.
This is what happened in between the Netflix and the Disney show.
Mm-hmm. It says Amy has been setting the bar for narrative adventure games for decades, and we have been happy to be collaborating with the talented and experienced new media team at Skydance, says Jay Ong, Executive Vice President and Head of Marvel Games. Their ambition and vision for making innovative entertainment using beloved Marvel IP was obvious from our first meeting. We're excited to share more with Marvel fans when the time is right. To create the all-new interactive experience, Skydance Media has assembled and accomplished a crew of developers with decades of AAA experience in action and adventure gaming. So that leads me back to thinking, okay, it's going to be a traditional action-adventure game, which also Amy Hennig has a history of making, right? As well as a diverse team of creative consultants from the worlds of film, television, and comics. And I'm like, okay, well, that's cool.
Well, also, she did that Battlefield Hardline shit where there was also a TV show, but like in a game or whatever.
Right.
So it's a unique story experience or whatever.
Yeah, it's true. It was different, right? The Skydance New Media team is laser focused on creating high fidelity, richly interactive experiences crafted for traditional gaming platforms as well as emerging streaming services and designed to be appealing, inviting, and accessible to a global audience. This is where I come into the cloud and interact and like touchscreen control schemes and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I think whatever they're going to be making needs to play well with touchscreen controls, right? And that I'm just curious what it's going to be now. Fuzzy, you got any ideas of what this kind of thing is? Like, what does it sound like to you?
Some of the weird stuff that I was thinking with the whole new experience and, you know, mix between TV, movie, and other forms of entertainment. I know this is a bit far out, but it was just a weird thing. Like, I was thinking like if you have a Fitbit or an Apple Watch, or maybe the camera on your phone, like, is able to sense your stress level or something along those lines. And you're playing as you know, the game would be like a Hulk game, and it's like if your heart rate goes up, or or if you start making if you start getting frustrated because like something that's going on in the game, you might just transform and be able to go on a rampage type thing. So it seems like they want some form of other
trying
input.
to trick it to get pissed off all the time.
Yeah, the other input thing was interesting. Like, what does that mean?
Yeah. I just see them saying, okay, if you have, because pretty much everybody has a cell phone, just use your selfie cam and it'll see your eyes.
We're all way off here. It's going to be an exclusive Switch game where you use the two Joy-Cons as Daredevil's nightstick or like batons.
Well, I'll tell you what, with the interactive and new input devices, I hope it's not like a fucking PS5 exclusive and we're just fucking doing this shit the whole time. Like, I hope not, man. I mean, that would be trash. You know, Amy Hennig's like, and it's an amazing experience, guys. You just have to try it. You know, you're creating Storm's winds through the controller. Yeah.
And somebody farts on the controller and it still creates the effect. No.
Yeah. Does anybody use that besides what's the fucking
Astro's
one game? Has anybody used the blow thing besides Astro's Playroom yet?
Astro's Playroom is the only game I can think of. Yeah, like I've played Deathloop, a little bit of Ghostwire. At first, I thought Ghostwire might have it just for the fact that you're doing elemental stuff, but nope.
Yeah, nothing has the blow feature.
No, because it's a gimmick.
I feel like that's what Nintendo needs for like Majora's Mask or like Wind Waker, where you actually use like musical instruments to like do shit in games.
Yeah,
or blow your sails so you can travel across the lake.
This really, it's all about sound, right? It's not that, I mean, there's no fucking like the air pushing through the controller is not actually doing anything, right? So like, I am kind of surprised that they haven't like. I'm not fucking surprised. That was a gimmick from the get-go.
That was the X feature on the Xbox One where you play Dead Rising, like, you're crazy, and then they do it with just like freak out.
Yeah, you were supposed to be able to call different things like on the line or you know, hold or shield or something like that, and it would get the others to like avoid the arrows and stuff. But yeah, they need to do something with it on the PlayStation controller to at least make it less gimmicky. But
I see the more and more like I look into like the detective style heroes within Marvel, and it comes up everything that I look is like Jessica Jones, Punisher.
She's relevant because of Netflix now.
What about like an LA Noir style game, but like
Misty
Daredevil?
Knight. Yeah, I mean, they possibly. I mean, they could do like a detective style story, like with Jessica Jones, and then when they like unveil other things, and you call in, Daredevil, Punisher, Luke Cage, and whoever, and you guys go to the warehouse to make sure, to see, investigate whatever the findings are and things like that, and then your outcome.
Yeah, like if you bring Punisher, like maybe you have like a negative outcome because he kills everyone. But if you bring like
Yeah,
Daredevil, he doesn't kill everyone. He just like knocks them out. So your outcome at the end of the game might be a little more peaceful or something.
Right.
yeah,
Like it kind of can tie
exactly.
into the story with like based on who you choose to
Mhm.
go in with you with certain missions.
Yeah, because the more aggressive character like Punisher, shit goes crazy. And
S-
then if you bring like Iron Fist, then you got the hand, foot, shoulders. So there different enemies could be coming out as well, because now all the Iron Fist is here. The hands
yeah.
now a part of the detective, the story. So like different enemies could be on the screen or in the game, depending on who you have on your ensemble. Because that'd be one. That definitely with the Daredevil. There's a lot of people that they could bring in.
Yeah.
What if it's a bunch of brand new characters and like a few other ones to kind of tie it into Marvel, right?
Yeah,
Like,
strong
no one will
guy
play it.
really needs his time in the
yeah.
spotlight.
Well, we know that
Yeah.
Marvel's okay with these games putting brand new characters in because Midnight Suns is doing it with the main character that you're playing is like a new character in the Marvel universe, and now, like maybe this with original story, they are going to get the opportunity to create one or two at least new characters.
Yeah.
Possibility.
I mean, that's
Possibility.
it's a character, so it's that, if they put one or two new characters, but having an established character, like like a Daredevil or whatnot, then yeah, that'd be good. But if it's a whole new character, it could throw off a lot of the
Well, think of like what Jedi Fallen Order did with that character, right? What's his Cal? Is it Cal?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And now he's
Yeah.
going to be is he in a show or coming up or a movie or something? They alluded to he's going to be like tied in to like
Yeah.
the actual cinematic universe now, right? So maybe they look at that and be like, okay, like what if the gaming space can be another version of like the comics or whatever, where this stuff actually has potential to become relevant to the source material, and maybe that would potentially give more creative freedom to some of these developers, somebody like Amy Hennig that really likes to write and stuff, because Marvel's so damn big, it's not like if you can do whatever the fuck you want and really not mess anything up, like, because there's how many different comic books are there where there's like main characters have died and then there's a brand new series where they're all alive, you know what I mean? Or like nothing really fucking matters, really, to tell you the truth, right? Like they can do whatever the hell they want and have their own original story.
So basically, the video game space would be where Disney and Marvel can experiment
Yeah.
because they may have some ideas as far as, yeah, we would like to bring a new character into the fold, or one that's going to be in.
Yeah,
this
because
particular
if nobody
region
likes
or
it, it's
this
like, well,
series,
fuck, is in a video
That's-
game,
Yeah,
but-
that's the thing. Like, if I don't know if I want them to just start experimenting with that, it's just be like, because then when you get shit like the new Star Wars movies, where it's just like a lot of people fucking hate them. They're like, if they would just start ruining your franchise and games now, it's like it's a dangerous path to go down. I'm not.
Yeah,
sure
but then
if
there's
I'm gonna go
also the
down that
whole
road.
retread the same stories over and over and
Yeah.
over again too. Like, well, granted in gaming, we need to see certain things fleshed out big time, like for the first time in gaming. Like we've seen a lot of Marvel games in the past. It's just all these like cheaply made licensed games way back in the day, right? But now licensed games are big and they're like almost like the movie industry. It's like taken over, like Marvel and Disney stuff and all these things have like taken over, and gaming is in that next thing where like, hey, we could take this licensed IP and actually really do it justice instead of just trying to cash in on it, And I feel like we haven't seen so many stories that can be told amazingly. That's why I've been bitching about the X-Men for so long, because it's like, and that's in the with movies now too, right? Like we're gonna get it. It's just taking so damn long.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, the thing is, if the game does bad, like, people are just gonna be like, I don't want this in the universe, and you're just gonna hear that for 15 years straight. Like, this game started out this, and I don't want it in the universe.
Right.
Make it.
But
like,
what if it's a great game, right?
Well, look at Force
Jedi
Unleashed
Fallen
as
Order
far
worked,
as
right? Yeah, Force Unleashed too.
Jedi Fallen Order did well. Force Unleashed, a lot of people I think gravitated to it at that time, and it wasn't necessarily a canon based type thing, but it did introduce, or you did have characters that were in the universe that you were used to, and I think like with
to
Jedi
tie it
Fallen
in,
Order,
right? To tie it in, but it's a new story, you know.
Yeah, Jedi Fallen Order did a very nice job as far as, you know, leading up to the end, and you know who. Well, I'm not spoiling anything. Vader's in the game, and you get to that point, and it's like
Although it did add 3 more Jedi that's not supposed to exist, and you're like, what the hell is the point of Order 66 now?
Yeah, well, it's one of those that kind of flew under the radar, I guess, as far as from that order type of deal. But
yeah, you know, also like what y'all are saying too, like with the movies, you know, like what everybody complains about is when they do like stories that and characters that everybody is familiar with and they fuck it up, right? Or like the Descendants or the main storyline, they fuck that up. But the Star Wars movies that people liked were like filling in these gaps and telling new stories within that, right? Like a Mandalorian, and you got Rogue One and stuff, and those are people like, yes, I like that. People are really excited for Andor now because we got that character from Rogue One. Now we get to have a continuation of it, right? So like I'm saying, like the as we've already seen the gaming space almost start to really kind of do this now for Star Wars. But maybe Marvel can be a little bit of the same thing. You know, maybe Disney sees that as a potential. You know what I mean? That Star Killer is canon now, Alvin says, right?
No, that was part of the I forgot what they called it, but when Disney bought it, they retconned all that bullshit.
Yeah, Star Killer. What was it? Is it Cal is though, right? Cal. I remember one of Cal is from Jedi Fallen Order.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's certain things they can take from this, like, oh yeah, that works, or it doesn't work for us, or whatever. And it's like they can decide to accept it or not to, depending on how it turns out. But like the game can still be good regardless, or not. But I think it's just a lot of potential, and that may be sometimes the best way not to fuck something up. Because what if they did a really shitty version of the X-Men, right? And you're like, oh god, the X-Men sucks, right? Like Avengers. Well, those were the fucking like weirdest looking, like they were like the Avengers cousins, right? That weren't the Avengers, you know? Like
I think that's this only matters if they start tying it in with the movies. If they don't tie it in with the movies, it doesn't really matter, because that's why no one gives shit about Avengers, because it wasn't tied in with anything we know. It was just its own thing.
Right.
Yeah, as of right now.
So if they start tying it in with stuff, I think that's when this conversation should happen. But like if they just do it standalone, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, that's true. Who knows? But like, there's a lot of cool shit. Besides that, though, guys. Also, it says that we are going to get stuff from Disney and Pixar games. There's Marvel games, Lucasfilm games, and 20th Century games. I also saw the Alien in the montage footage they had on Twitter.
Yeah, I was trying to see if that was like Alien Isolation gameplay or if that was like Alien Fireteam Elite.
I think
couldn't tell what that was from.
I think it could be that. Remember what one of the game showcases last year, maybe
That
Future Games
top-down.
or whatever, it's like a top-down one.
RTS or something.
Yeah, that looked really cool. And it says, addition to all new announcements, fans can expect new reveals from titles including Disney Dreamlight Valley, Midnight Suns, Star Wars, the Skywalker Saga, and a sneak peek at the Ensemble game that we're talking about. So that's on September 9th at 4 p.m. Eastern time. So I'm going to be co-streaming that, and all of you guys are obviously welcome to join for that as well. But I'm pretty damn pumped. Anytime you tell me there's going to be a new game, and if you tell me it's a Marvel game, I'm like double down. You know what I mean? So there's no spoilers, Marlesco. It's just speculation, man. Speculation. All right, guys. So we're all pumped, I guess, but we cannot decide on what the hell this thing could be.
It could be anything. We don't know.
Amy Hennig knows.
Well, yeah, she knows. You know what? Like the Marvel Knight thing could be very true. Could be Defenders.
That Kevin Feige knows.
Probably.
Well, yeah. So
Maybe if it has something to do with the MCU, maybe he doesn't even fucking know or care. Like, that's a game. I don't care.
because if they're going to tie it into the universe, right now we know that Daredevil Defenders are being
Brought back.
they're trying to bring implement them in the MCU right now. We've seen that they already did that with Daredevil.
Spoilers.
Next is well, no, if anyone saw Spider-Man, they know. Now, Luke Cage, Jessica Jones, and Iron Fist. Those are the characters, and Punisher, because we know Punisher is also coming back. And the gentleman that played Shane, I forget his name, but he's going to reprise the role.
John
So we
Barenthal.
know
Yeah.
yeah, John Barenthal. They are coming back. So if it is a Defender style game, and it's like a detective work, because that fits Jessica Jones. Misty Knight also is a character that has been in relationships with Iron Fist and Luke Cage. So someone behind the scenes that's pulling the strings. Nick Fury tie in with Punisher. So there's a lot. There's a lot that they could do. So it's interesting. It's very early stages, so it won't be till at least the next 2-3 years before we get anything else.
Well, it'll be a month. It comes September 9th where we're going to learn more.
Well, I mean, like the actual, unless they've been fucking working on it and we haven't, they're just they just teased them been with whatever they're going to show on September 15th.
9th.
15th is
9th.
Call of Duty.
Oh, okay. I'm just waiting for that fucking game to come out already. So
Yeah. So, all right. Also, guys, with more cool news today.
Assassin's Creed.
Yeah. The Assassin's Creed. We also got some Game Pass news. Some cool games coming to Game Pass. I'll just run through that real quick because it involves Ubisoft also. Immortals Phoenix Rising is coming to Game Pass. If y'all have not played it, it's a really fantastic game. It's like an Assassin's Creed meets Zelda game. Supposedly
It's like a kid
rumors
version of
are it's getting a
Assassin's
sequel. Yeah. It's a really good game. So check that out. I think it's hitting
The 30th.
30th of this month. Okay.
I think so.
Speaking of Ubisoft and one of the inspirations from that game, Assassin's Creed got some interesting information today, released by the known industry insider and leaker, rumored galore man Jeff Grubb on his Games Mess mornings today. He was talking about Assassin's Creed Infinity. Now this is that big Assassin's Creed game that's supposed to be like multiple stories, multiple locations, multiple things going on with a lot of multiplayer focus and stuff. And we don't really know 100% what it is. But really cool thing was that he let it out that he actually knows about 2 of the locations, I guess. And he's going to hold the second one close to his chest because it's about to be revealed fairly soon, I guess. But one of them he said was going to be Assassin's Creed Red, was going to be one of the modules or whatever, one of the locales or stories that you can play, and that's going to be based in Japan. And to offset it and not have it just be exactly like Ghost of Tsushima, is going to be supposedly, according to the rumors and everything, more based on ninjas, right? So you're gonna have maybe more of like a Tenchu style, like
But see, that's the
game.
thing. Like,
I don't
'cause
know.
We've seen like Assassin's Creed Odyssey and Origins. They kind of went more into that mythology of those cultures. So I would like to really see them like dive deep into the Japanese mythology with like they had some crazy ass demons and stuff. Like I think it'd be cool to like actually bring those into the universe, and because Assassin's Creed is like kind of like they actually like dive deep into the history of that culture whenever they do a game. So it'd be really cool to like actually put the Japanese culture out there into the media that we don't really see much of. Like
That's
on the
true.
Western side.
Yeah. I think there's a lot there too, Jasper. I think they could do some really cool stuff because Assassin's Creed's gone all supernatural, right? And it's gone all over the place with this stuff. And I I think if you go like with a ninja, you could like even Ninja Gaiden experimented with a lot of this stuff in the past. You know, like you could really deal with a lot of that side. You could be like an assassin, and you're like, you know, trying to take out somebody who's like possessed by a demon or whatever, and you know, you don't know exactly. There could be a million different things they do, but
or there's like a cult worshiping a certain demon or something like that.
the thing that excites me the most, right, and it makes a lot of sense also for Assassin's Creed too, because if you say ninja, you know, you got your typical running on rooftops and you know all that stuff, but stealth. I'm hoping it means it's going to be a more pure stealth based experience with the ninja thing, instead of, you know, wearing all this big ass armor, running out in the fields with these huge ass weapons and stuff. You know, you might as well be like a fucking gladiator. You know, in a lot of these games lately, it's like lost the stealth aspect a lot. But this sounds like it could be purely about that, right? Especially because the opposite of that would have been going samurai, right?
Yeah.
Those might be the Templars.
The samurais might be the Templars, and the ninjas might be the assassins. That would make a lot of sense, dude.
Because the samurais will have more armor, but you have to be a ninja to get in stealthy, so you can actually get the vital points and not hit the armor.
And also the samurais, like at first, like, you know, were like the guardians of the emperor and stuff, you know what I mean, and things like that, right? So like, what if that all was controlled by Templars, the emperors and everything, and then when the samurais were replaced, maybe the new regime was like, you know, from an assassin type people, and they're like, oh, fucking got to take out those Templars, you know, like get rid of them all or whatever.
Yeah, and
that'd be
the
crazy.
Templars, pretty much, they could possibly like sit there and be like, oh, the ninjas are our enemies, and when they're not, they're the ones that are trying to get the apple, and you know, and keep it safe from, you know, they figured out what the emperor wanted to do. He wanted to take over feudal Japan, and you know, and get this, you know, the power that the apple brings. So it'd be definitely a nice twist, and because we've gotten so many of these games where you're like, yeah, we have always wanted to play heaven feudal Japan. They kind of teased it a while back because they did the China one. So that's the little side scroller.
They did India and Russia also with those.
Yeah. So it's like, oh, so they're teasing it, but then it's like they never brought it to fruition. So it's like now possibly they will, and it'd be very interesting, personally.
Yeah, for sure, man. I'm down, dude. I'm excited. Also, Jeff Grubb said that there was like a second location that he knows that he's really excited about, but he's gonna not spoil that. So
Hopefully
go
it's like Mayan temples or something.
Mayan, like, so there's rumors that it could be in Russia. Mayan would be cool. Like, I know a lot of people have been asking for like Aztec stuff too, like, but supposedly Jason Schreier said that's not one of the locales or whatever as well. So, but Mayan could be. Mayan could be. Gogol Poe says, I'd love a pure fantasy RPG with the AC type games. Here's the thing. There's a lot of games that like Assassin's Creed games have like almost done before. But when you actually ask for your pure creation of that from Ubisoft, like, remember Black Flag? Oh, I would love a pirate game like based off of this. Y'all did great. Just make a fucking pirate game, guys. You know, you just fucking take this and make it its own like identity and make a pirate franchise. It'd be fucking fantastic. Everybody'd be down. Well, like 20 years later, and like 10 different iterations behind the scenes, we're finally getting this game we're getting this year at $70, and it looks like a free-to-play grind repeat experience. So be careful what you wish for, because it may not be what you think it should be if they actually make something. I would say that the closest thing that you're asking for there might actually be Immortals Phoenix Rising. Actually, with the fantasy RPG aspect going there, right? So maybe they've already kind of done that, you know? Yeah, Black Flag did rock for sure.
If it's, well, I was gonna say if it's Assassin's Creed Red, like Russia would kind of make sense because that's kind of like.
Well, Red is supposed to be the Japan one.
Oh, I was gonna say back in Cold War, you always kind of identified Russia as like the Reds or whatever. You know?
Right.
Yeah.
Like, but back then, like, you know, Russia's in that whole territory has undergone so many identity changes and stuff, you know, so it's like what time period they choose for that matters so much because it's been so many different things, you know, like,
well, yeah, because you could do like
they have the Ottomans,
the Mongolians
stuff,
took
like,
over like all of that at one point, Genghis Khan.
Yeah.
So like if they go back to that, like that's when China started building the wall because the Mongolians kept invading. Genghis Khan took over like half the world over there. So it's like maybe you're fighting up against him, or you are.
Yeah, take out Genghis Khan. Yeah, be cool.
Yeah, that'd be kind of cool.
But maybe that'd be like
down.
if you were like that would be like a China one, right?
Yeah.
You know, there was this dumbass movie with Matt Damon called like The Great Wall, I think. Have y'all seen that?
Yeah.
It's like I gotta admit, I actually enjoyed the movie. It was a dumbass movie, but it was fun. You had like all this like weird shit going on where like it's actually like some kind of weird things that are trying to take over the wall, like lizard things. I don't remember exactly what it was.
I think
Yeah, it was lizards.
the Mongolians did try to invade Japan, but when they did, they sent like hundreds of boats and a storm hit and wrecked them all. So like people theorized if the Mongolians actually made their boats land that they would have took over Japan, but they just got fucked by a storm. So
yeah. I wouldn't mind like
tie that in.
it's true. There's a lot, man. There's so many possibilities with Assassin's Creed because I've just opened it up to whatever. Like now, you know, there's so many different timelines that we'd want to see. I want to see. I want to see 1980s Dallas. I'm just kidding. That'd be weird.
Oh, you want that Chuck Norris game, crazy?
Yeah, that would be the Chuck Norris game.
You just gotta watch Dallas Buyers Club.
that would be the Chuck Norris
I don't
game,
know
dude.
if
Good call.
The kicks could like your sound on your TV would just get blown out by his kicks. They're so powerful.
Supersonic.
Does he have that third arm coming out of his beard or no?
Early 90s Dallas, so the Cowboys could win the Super Bowl again. Yeah. So many things, man. I don't know what the second one could be. Like, again, the rumors are like Russia potentially for that second location, but there's going to be more. That's the thing that's actually kind of intriguing about this. It's like you're going to be releasing all these different Assassin's Creed story and games within this game, right? So it's kind of like a hub game. I don't even know what the fuck it is, but we'll find out, I guess, pretty soon, guys. So that's exciting.
Yeah, I'm wondering if this approach is going to make it so it's like an annual release, different location, but you have the same basic hub and you can revisit some of the stories for replayability, and I mean, which would make sense to me, kind of deal.
Yeah, it'd be like their live service game where they just like every couple months they just were like, and this time we're going to Africa, or this year we're going to Australia for the DLC content or whatever, you know, and you just pay like $50 whatever every year.
Australia, yeah, that'd be a cool one. So there's so much stuff going on with Assassin's Creed. It's I almost feel like Ubisoft doesn't know what the fuck they're doing, and they keep canceling other things. That they just making like 20 different Assassin's Creed things because it's like their last big popular thing right now. It says that they the smaller game Assassin's Creed Rift is going to come before this. It's going to be supposedly in Baghdad. Then they have like a virtual reality game, Assassin's Creed Nexus, supposedly. And they were doing like a Monster Hunter clone game called Assassin's Creed Titans that maybe got canceled as well. That maybe it was one of the 4 that was, remember, that hadn't been announced that got canceled.
Just throw fucking Assassin's Creed on everything, it sounds like.
Yeah. That's what it seems like, right? So
I'm glad that got canceled.
Yeah. Exactly.
Assassin's Creed Kart Racer.
That's why I stopped playing after 3 because they killed Desmond and I didn't care about the story anymore.
Was there any other big news that we missed today? I mean, there was so much. Oh yeah, there was a Lord of the Rings game announced, a Middle Earth game that's being published by Private Division. I don't know who the actual dev is going to be on that.
Weta Workshop is partnered with Weta Workshop to publish a new game. So
Weta Workshop is like a movie, like prop
Yeah.
studio and stuff, right? Like, but maybe they're gonna
Yes.
dabble in game development. I don't know.
No, it could be that because they do mobile gaming, and that's what a lot of people were hoping. It's not a mobile game,
Mm.
Yeah.
so that's like that. I was like,
But Private Division's
that.
done some pretty cool shit. I mean, they did Outer Worlds originally, and they did some other pretty
Well,
cool
they're
games.
just publishing it though.
Yeah.
They're not making it.
Publishing, right?
Yeah.
So, but like what I'm saying, I'm trying to like look at the types of games that they've published, you know, and they're more like AA style stuff, but some really cool original things. Licensed Lord of the Rings game. I saw somebody earlier say, I hope it's not like Gollum, you know, something like that. You know what I mean? You never know.
It could. I don't think they would make anything that's resemble something that's coming out soon.
Yeah.
So they could have a secret developer in line for this. They just have not
I mean,
announced it.
You would
'Cause-
maybe like if WB's actually getting rid of their studio, maybe they're like, hey, you want to come over and keep working on your Middle Earth franchise?
Yeah.
Something. Who knows? I mean, it's interesting. A lot of things are interesting with me lately, but
Okay.
yeah,
Um,
no. Sorry, I smoked a little bit.
Yeah. I can tell.
But yeah. No, there was a couple things that were announced, bro. About
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, bro.
There was so much stuff today, man. It's like hard to keep up.
Oh, Madden got early trial.
No one cares about that.
I was streaming it earlier.
Matt.
Yeah, so Madden's available for the trial. That's because of the EA Play thing. Like, it's not news, but it's out.
Yeah.
I posted there was a game that was a 64 player multiplayer hack and slash game. Mordaro is coming to Xbox.
Oh yeah, it's like a chivalry type game.
Yeah,
but it's more gruesome than chivalry. Is like, haha, funny. This looks more serious. That doesn't have that slap humor and like.
Can't you like cut off arms in chivalry though, and like heads?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. No, it's not that it's the game is more serious than what chivalry is. Chivalry is like that, haha, funny.
It's just a flesh wound, sir.
Pretty much, Monty Python, you know. So
yeah.
No. Yeah, there's then we got the fucking little bit of the Borderlands game.
Yeah, Tales from Borderlands. Deliverance from Mars delay. I'm kind of going through this stuff, remembering everything today. We got
it's the Saints Row Marshall trailer.
Yeah,
that actually makes it a little bit more interesting. Saints Row.
Yeah,
it's not that. Hey, I got student debt. Let's rob a bank, yo. Yeah, totally cool.
Somebody built SpongeBob's neighborhood in Forge.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw that too. All right, so well, guys, it's time. Are y'all ready?
Yep.
Oh yeah.
For
when he finds it.
Hi, everybody. This is Tidbits, the segment on FSP podcast, where we go and we look at the games actually releasing soon, the ones that have not been delayed out of 2022. We're looking ahead for this week and this week only, to let you know that these games are actually coming out. So we're going to take a look at some of these damn games here. There's some cool stuff. And we can, if I can find the link here. Where did it go?
FSP DMs.
Is it Multiverses is on the list?
Yeah, it's getting its full release.
Full release? Oh, okay. All right. Well, first up, guys. I should have picked a better one to start with, but because everybody knows Multiverses. Multiverses is out this week officially.
They're adding Rick from Rick and Morty this week, and later on they're supposed to add Morty, I think.
Right on.
Oh, hey man, we just got to stop making like this.
Steven Universe here, ready to be a hero.
Now I know with this coming out, just a quick aside. If you had a choice between a Xbox character kart game or a kind of like a multiverse type game with Xbox characters, which would you choose?
Cart game. I don't really
Cart
care
game.
for
Cart. 100%.
Yeah.
All right, that's enough of this game. Everybody, I mean, multiverses. I mean, we kind of really got the real release of it last week. I feel like almost. This is called Blossom Tales 2: The Minotaur Prince.
I thought it was Zelda for a second.
PC and Switch only.
Yeah, it does look like Zelda. It sounds like Zelda.
Yeah, this really
You
pushes
are
the Switch
Zelda,
to
bro.
its brink.
I was thinking they might delay it because it might need to come on the Switch next Switch. You know what I mean? It might be.
Switch can handle this at like
Yeah.
12 frames, you know.
Yeah,
12
frames.
No, it looks pretty solid.
Does this get ray tracing on the Switch?
No.
Ray tracing. It kind of reminds me of like remember that game on PlayStation 3, like Fat Princess. You know, I remember Fat Princess.
Yeah.
No.
You don't remember Fat Princess? It was
I
really
never
popular.
had a PS3,
Oh,
so
Blossom Tales 2.
My-
who out there
My
remembers
cousin-
Fat Princess? It was all the rage.
Oh, Platonic makes this. They make a ukulele, I think.
Oh, really?
oh, cool.
Yeah, they're actually based in this area, guys, or near where I live.
It's Platonic France, so that might be like a sub.
I think they're just gonna dabble in like publishing, like little partnership stuff or whatever. All
This
right,
one was shown at the, was it Future Game Show, I think?
I think so. This is
Yeah.
Roller Drome.
Yeah. It's Private
this is-
Division, I believe, and it's only on PlayStation right now, I think.
Mhm.
Oh, this
PlayStation and PC.
And this is the
What's that game?
16th,
Sable?
PS4, PS5, and PC.
is it Sable that get that art direction?
Yeah, it looks like Sable, kind of.
Yeah.
1970s roller derby.
Now,
wonder
this
what the
isn't to
objective
take anything away from this game, but I feel this would be a perfect game for them to put day and date in PS Plus.
Yeah.
They're like premium and extra tier or whatever you call them.
The mechanics are pretty fun, man.
Yeah.
Roller Drome. It looks pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
$70. Just kidding. Next up
Thunderdome,
is Kirby's Dream Buffet for all you Kirby lovers out there.
Now, this video is a little bit longer only because this one's mainly the gameplay, I believe.
Okay,
One day, the Dreamforce
so we'll
suddenly
watch a little
shrinks
bit of it
Kirby.
and then move on.
Oh no, the Dreamforce
To the
shrink
fullest,
Kirby.
to the fullest, Kirby gets
So now
rolling
Kirby
into a
needs to put
competition.
everything in his mouth.
Up to 4 players can play together.
This is like Ant-Man's
Eat
Quantumania.
the most
Fucking getting
strawberries
shrunk to
across
the...
3 games.
I'm not gonna lie,
Is this
those fucking
this Fall
waffles
Guys
look good.
for Kirby.
Yeah, I think this was their attempt at Fall Guys to take over. They're doing this with Kirby though.
Yeah.
This is gonna be the number
This
one
looks
stream
like
game
Fall Guys.
that coming week.
Although I
There's
don't
Fall
think this
Guys.
is free to play.
Strawberries
It might
scattered
just
throughout the
be.
stage, and Kirby will grow.
No,
The bigger your Kirby
it's
is,
Nintendo.
the
There's
more
no free to play.
strength you have.
Yeah, it's
They actually
in-
do a lot of random
This
knockoff Pokemon
does
games.
look just like Fall Guys.
Yeah.
Eating
Yeah,
these
it's
will
weird.
give Kirby
How many
powerful
players
powers.
though?
Only
Just
4. they
4, I
said.
think.
Also strawberries
Okay.
with Tornado.
So yeah.
Or
4 play.
eat
Well, I saw
So they kind of made a party
There
game,
was-
party Kirby game.
to cream the
there was a lot more characters
Reach
in the
goal
beginning
first,
stage.
and you'll have a mountain
That's
of
just I think
strawberries
showing off
all
like who you can
yourself.
poke and stuff.
The second game type
No, they're all at the starting line.
Eat as many strawberries as you can before
Maybe it's AIs.
It said
strawberries
4
might fall from
players.
above, or be hidden in the
Maybe
bushes.
4-player,
Who
like
knows where
you
they'll
can
appear?
play with on.
But I mean, we're only seeing 4-player gameplay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I don't give a fuck, Jasper.
Well, you're not adding 16 other fucking people.
Yeah, remember this is Nintendo. I don't
This
think
is a
their
Switch.
servers
Yeah,
can
that's
handle
true.
more than 4.
Hey, Tetris 99.
Yeah, but how many of those are bots?
And stone. And aim for a huge haul.
Splatoon has like what? How many? 24 players
In
or
the end,
16?
The biggest Kirby will
think
be
it's
crowned
16.
the winner.
12?
So
I
you
don't
gotta
even know.
get fat.
Earn different rewards based on the number
Okay,
of
that-
So this is encouraging
costumes
obesity.
Thanks.
Thanks.
Burger
That's
hat.
great.
You can also
Hey,
select
I'm gonna. I wanted to eat that waffle.
Kirby.
Was it blue?
No.
Oh no.
Psycho. Curse to
God.
Golf. This is Curse to Golf.
Hey, yeah, that looks fun.
PS4, PS5, Xbox One, X and S, Switch, PC, August 18th. Now this looks up my alley.
Does it?
No. I like the music though, not gonna lie.
Yeah.
The inventor of golf was defeated. What the fuck?
This looks like a game I would take my turn to swing and I would hit it and I would miss my shot and just bounce back in my face and I'd turn it off, probably. I see some little bit of Peggle mechanics here with like the bouncing off of things, you know?
Mm-hmm.
For those of you that don't know, Peggle is absolutely fire.
Yeah, it was one of the only launch games on the original Xbox One when it came out. So
Yeah,
it's like,
I freaking love Peggle, man.
I played that for like a fucking month.
Peggle 2 is even better. When are we gonna get a Peggle 3? What's up, EA?
Didn't they end Double Tap or whatever that studio was called that made it?
Oh, I hope not. Why would you do that? Like in this new era of gaming, where we're gonna have all this mobile stuff and like things on everything,
It's fucking EA. They just
you gotta creators
They don't see
of
that far in the
they put all the
future.
studio names in a hat and pick one out, and you're dead this year.
right. All right. That was again Curse to Golf. That looks not bad. Next up, oh, that's Xbox 2. Here we go. This is RPG Time, The Legend of Wright.
Another Switch.
This one I remember seeing this several times.
Embark on a fully handmade adventure.
This is releasing on the Switch, but I think this is also. Is this coming out to other, or did it already come out to other platforms?
It's time for adventure.
Not sure.
RPG time.
I think it's just Switch. For
The Switch.
now.
Okay.
I don't think it was. I don't think they released it on
And
PC.
the items all have a handcrafted feel.
I remember this game kind of stood out. Looks pretty cool.
Is now available on Nintendo Switch. The game is bursting with the imagination of a young boy named Kenta who dreams of becoming a game creator.
I think it might be on Xbox.
Play as Wright, the hero, in his quest to save the princess from the
Or on
clutches of
PC.
the Demon King and restore peace to the world. The game is also compatible with the touchscreen interface
Oh yeah,
of
it
the
says it's on
Nintendo
PlayStation 4,
Switch.
Xbox One,
A
Android.
notebook
Yeah, you can buy it
adventure
right now for
like
$30 on
enjoy.
Xbox.
Oh.
Set out on a
okay.
fantastic
Wow,
adventure
this released without any kind of like hype or anything.
RPG
What's up,
Time, The
Snakewood?
Legend of Wright.
Micah,
Will be available
how's it going,
on
dude?
August 18th.
All right, let's see here. That was that. Then we got. Shoot, I'm not keeping up with my links. Everybody, I don't know what's about to play. I need a pot. What's another
Anissa?
Switch game? Oh, this is Lost and Random trailer.
Yeah, that's not on this list.
Yeah. All right. Next up is Timesia. Sorry, guys. I was getting behind.
Rated M for mature.
Oh,
Yeah,
Psycho, you gotta go
Timesia. The Makadesi Gojamiwa. I think I pronounced that right. I hope I did. Soul constant is nighttime for me. You tired, Soul? Was this like a Souls-like? It looks like a Souls-like. I'm gonna guess they're gonna have some like time mechanic.
No, it's you're like a plague doctor, so you can like put on like make potions and put poisons and shit on your weapons to do other like extra damage and stuff like that, I think.
Yeah, so this is coming out on PS5, Series X and S, and Switch, and PC on the 18th, everybody. If you like these Souls like action games, it looks like it's probably pretty solid.
And then up next is Pong's Game of the Year that he's gonna have to unfortunately.
Oh
miss
my
out on.
god, you're right. Oh, it's finally happening, dude. Pong.
Yeah.
Man, I wish he was able to be on the show tonight, because this would be a moment.
Wow, look at the soundboards.
Pong Soul is been really looking forward to this game, guys.
Yeah.
He was actually planning on getting this over Starfield, but unfortunately Starfield got delayed.
You think I should text Miguel? No, this could be a good game. Like, I remember, like, what was it at State of Play? Like, this got like 20 minutes or something. Like,
Take a piece of me that hurts.
it's a narrative-driven, story-based like thing, and I think that it's interesting how they're revolving around this like band and stuff. So, could be good. Another one that would be cool if it was in PS Plus day one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because like literally 2 people are gonna buy this game.
Me and Pong.
Just do the thing you want to be doing.
Hope that's not copyright music, but who the hell knows?
I think it's original because I think it's like with the band of the game.
Yeah.
All right, this is probably gonna have copyright music in it though.
Madden changed the foundation of football.
Oh yeah, man, more than like
Broadcasting the sport to the tip of a
Not yet though.
to further his vision of sharing real football.
I was playing the trial earlier today, guys. Best Madden I've played in years. I'll say that.
All new field sense system. This is Madden 2023.
Field six.
only on next gen.
the field. Control to put the ball where only your receiver can catch it.
Okay, there's the licensed music.
Yeah.
All right, so yeah, it actually plays pretty good. You know, it's Madden.
Madden. What else do you say?
It's Madden, you know. But I was enjoying playing it earlier. I'm gonna be playing some more of it. I used to play Madden a lot, like a ridiculous amount of time, right? It wasn't only until a couple of years ago that I kind of stopped doing that. So, kind of right before I started.
Until 06 to
channel.
09, and then I realized everything's the same, and I stopped playing.
I played it from the 90s all the way up until like 2019, you know, like a lot. So, yeah,
Like the
21
college
was
games
the
that
last
they're-
one I bought. Was the whole next gen thing, even though I didn't like the fact that they were charging more. Or no, I think if you bought it early enough, you got the upgrade for free
Right.
or something. But 22, it was like, oh no, the upgrade's not free. I'm like, screw it. I'll just wait until it comes to Game Pass.
Now you got to scroll up and get my.
yeah. I do like that they kind of paid homage to Madden with this iteration.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Kind of bring it back a little bit to that. You know, it's pretty cool. The whole menu system, everything in there as paying homage.
The layout on the covers, like the original Madden or whatever,
Yeah,
they just kind of redid that.
yeah, it's pretty badass. You want to check out that stream? It should be up on YouTube. So, Tribes of Midgard. I played this game on PlayStation when it came out. I really liked it. Nobody plays games online on PlayStation, so I could never find any games. So I'm excited this is coming to Xbox. I know Pong's gonna get this. I think he already pre-ordered it. I'm gonna get it on Xbox too, and hopefully we can find some games together. And my God, that was a short ass trailer. Holy
Yeah,
shit!
Yeah.
I saw there was 13 games already on the Game Informer list. So I was like, I'm not gonna pick the 10-minute trailer.
It's a pretty fun game. It's like a survival game, like within like a session. You know what I mean? Like it gets increasingly harder. You got to prepare for those like big titans to like come in and try and take out your base and stuff, and it's pretty badass, but way better with friends for sure. So check it out, especially if you like playing multiplayer games. It comes out on
The 16th.
16th. Sweet. And that's coming out on PC and Xbox on the 16th, or was it already on PC?
It might have already been on PC.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was, because it came out on PlayStation and PC at the same time.
Next up, Way of the Hunter. Jasper has been talking about this game nonstop.
Yeah, I'm excited. I want to go out there and hunt some deer.
I saw ACG's review of this game was actually really good as well. How the hell are like some of the bigger games not on the Game Informer list?
To the middle of nowhere.
He
weird.
updated his review, said there was a bug that like can fuck up your game, so he said he updated it to wait. But I don't.
Cult of the Lamb is everybody's favorite game right now on Twitter and stuff, but that game you can get fucked pretty easy. I saw him say that this game could be like one of the most impressive graphics games actually out right now.
Look at the scenery right there.
Yeah, it's gorgeous.
Yeah.
Too bad you got to kill innocent animals when you're playing.
No, you can just do photo mode.
Too bad I can't buy a machine gun. I could kill them all.
Oh my god.
Can you,
Jasper.
can you take your kill and grab its heart in your fist and feel it pumping while you stand over the body of the deer? Ooh, yeah.
See, if you have a machine gun, you're not going to be able to have any trophies. You just have a Swiss cheese thing on the wall. That wouldn't work.
It's a game actually has me intrigued, no lie. Like, I don't play hunting games.
Yeah, I don't either.
I like to hunt.
Are ever the same.
Humans are the best prey. I mean,
According to the Predator.
The perfect
yeah.
The perfect
Get ready, line up that shot.
Yeah, look at the graphics on that elk. Is that an elk? Did I get that right?
Sure. Caribou.
There's nothing quite like
Caribou.
That's the way of the wild.
Because it kind of looks like reindeer.
Look at these beautiful animals.
The way of the hunter.
Let's shoot them.
I'm getting this. Is it coming to Game Pass?
No.
It's just a $40 game though.
Bullshit.
Not everything can come to Game Pass, Psycho.
Give it about 6 to 8 months. It might come to.
It's
Game
a
Pass.
THQ Nordic. They usually do like a free weekend with a lot of their games every now and then.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Now this is a game that
I had to find one game in there that wasn't like actually decent.
So Little League World Series. I want to see some gameplay from this sucker because, you know what, I was like, I'm gonna just be honest. If I was a kid and this game came out when I was playing Little League baseball and stuff, I'd have been excited. I'd been really excited. So I hope there's a lot of kids out there that are excited about this game. If it's good, I hope it's good. Little League World Series of baseball. Game Mill Entertainment. They've made some other.
I think they're the ones that made that shitty Nickelodeon fighting game. To be honest.
Oh my god, no. Maybe they can do baseball.
There's like a nice Nintendo / arcade cross look to it.
Catch it. Let's go.
It looks like Knockout City baseball.
Oh, he just hit a home run with that.
Oh, that ball is headed straight for the back of that kid's head. Did y'all see
It
that?
still counts as an out.
I wonder if you can wing him in the head.
Fucking hit him with the ball.
Super power-ups.
Oh, he's got a big bat.
Oh, this looks cool, man. Oh, that
Babe
kid's
Ruth.
serious, dude.
Against Hector.
Oh, he's fucking glowing like he's going Super Saiyan. Watch out, that's gonna be a fast hit.
$70. No, it is not. It is coming on the 17th on everything. It's coming on everything on the 17th.
What?
Out on everything on the 17th. And hopefully you guys are really looking
It's
forward to that
$40
one.
game.
$40 with two $40 games back to back. What do you know?
Nice.
Love it. Yeah. Well, guys, this was a longer show. Well, not really. It's only 2 hours.
No.
My God,
Yeah.
we actually made it on time.
Flew.
It did fly by
Woo.
with everything going on this week today. That's amazing.
It is.
Fuzzy, the always fuzzy one. Where can everybody find you, bro?
It was just awesome being on here with you guys. Everybody in the chat, some new faces as well. Thank you guys for showing up. For anybody that wants to hear my random ramblings about gaming, just follow me on Twitter, fuzzy_Belvedere.
Right on. Thanks, Fuzz. Appreciate you always. And again, always thanks for the help with the tidbits. Psycho. Where can everybody find you, bro?
Yeah. Thanks for everyone coming out tonight. You guys are fantastic. Always a pleasure, gentlemen. And you guys can find me everywhere on social media at Psychonauts 8. You can find me also here on Mondays as the time that you came here tonight. You find me there. And you can find me on Friday at 9 o'clock on Xbox Ultimate, where we have a hell of a good time, where conversations can go anywhere, which direction, and we have a good time about it.
Yeah, last Friday, I blame Pong. He started it out
Yeah.
going left right away.
Yeah.
First word.
And don't forget, just ask Jasper how his day was, because he loves that. So
Yeah, absolutely does. He actually gets mad if you don't ask him how he is, guys.
I know.
So,
He's like, what the fuck? You didn't ask how my day was, assholes. Like, yo, settle down, Jasper. All right, I'm sorry.
Jasper, the lore master himself, Debbie Downer. Also, thanks for the help with the tidbit stuff. Psycho didn't do anything to help with it.
No, I didn't do a fucking shit.
He's not even in the. He wasn't even in the DMs. I didn't know he wasn't in those
Exactly.
DMs. So he has an excuse, and I don't help with it either. So I don't have an excuse. Thanks, guys. Jasper, where can everybody find you, bro?
Lord Jasper on Twitter, Lord Master Jasper on YouTube. I'll be streaming tomorrow, The Way of the Hunter. I want to do a kind of a crazy little thing with that, so check that out. And then, like Psycho said, Xbox Ultimate is Fridays, and then FSP was tonight. So just check those out, and that's where I'm at.
Yeah, right on, man. Thanks, guys, for awesome comments. Razor, Gogopo, appreciate you guys. All right, so I already got you right, Fuzz. I got you first this time.
Yeah.
I want to ask Jasper something real quick.
Okay.
Are you gonna go stream live of stalking your prey with a Go Cam and
Go Cam.
Go Cam where you
A
mount on your,
GoPro?
little helmet. Yeah, there you go, GoPro, and go hunt some deer in your backyard. Is that what you're doing?
No, but I mean, I guess I could, but
Oh, okay. Because you're saying something different, and I just thought maybe you were.
no, I just meant that I was going to act like a stupid, crazy person hunting animals.
Oh,
Yeah, he's gonna do a stream, a fun stream. So looking forward to that. What day are you doing that, Jasper?
It comes out tomorrow at 9 a.m., so that's probably when I'll start.
Okay, right on. I'm just gonna get right on it. I
That's what
did
you
it.
got to do, hunt. You got to get bright and early. And
Well,
get in
I
the
heard
woods,
that this
bro.
is like a sim with it, right? So like, so it could take 5 hours to finish your hunt.
It's not going to take 5 hours.
That's what ACG said. Listen to the
I
review.
know, but let's be honest here.
As
just
you're
go see a video
Jasper.
and shoot it.
Okay, you're right. So guys, again, I appreciate the chat. You guys rock today, as you always do. Let's see. Oh shit, it is getting late. Wednesday. We don't have Fun Pop anymore. Fuck.
I mean, we kind of had that tonight.
We did kind of. Thursdays, it's PM in the PM at 7 p.m. Eastern time. Everybody, with Pong, Soul, and I, we're gonna deep dive on some stuff. Friday, Xbox Ultimate Podcast, 9 p.m. Eastern, right here on Fun Speculation. As you guys said, we have a blast. It'll be episode 102 this Friday. And back here Mondays for FSP, late nights at 10 p.m. Eastern time to catch up on all the big news that happened on a Monday, as well as catching up on the games coming out for the week ahead. And then game streams, and I'm trying to be more consistent with videos. I've been trying to do some weird, crazy shit. You know, have
Special game.
some satire stuff going on the channel that, you know, apparently some people didn't know it was satire. Like, I do not know how you could watch that and not come away knowing that is satire, unless like it's like the most gullible person on the planet, right? To possibly think that one game dev is actually responsible for all the game delays this year by eating burritos and downloading nude mods and what other excuses? Oh, he brought home a disease from Tijuana and they named it Hogwarts. What else was there? I don't remember. There was, his cat pissed on us in the server room in one of them. I mean, guys, like, I'm sorry if people don't walk away from that not knowing it's satire. I don't know what to say. I mean, there's a Golden Girls mug on the fucking desk. There's Hogwarts shirt. There was a Coding for Dummies book on the desk.
Yeah, but you blurred his face, so it was real. Like,
I blurred his face, so it was real. You're right. But it's crazy, man. I thought when I saw somebody said that they were getting messages asking if it was like for real, or trying to pass off that we're like actually got this fake like info and trying to pass it off as real and stuff. I'm like, what? Like, we're trying to have fun doing stupid shit every once in a while, guys. And that's it, you know. But hope you enjoy that. I advise you guys, if you want to know why 7 of the biggest games of this year were delayed, go watch the anonymous game dev video I posted a couple days ago. And if you want to know a little bit about that Marvel Disney show, there's a video that I posted today. So I'm trying to get more consistent with that stuff. Other than that, guys, you all rock. Psycho disappeared, so I'll let him back in the room for a second. But have a good one. Take it easy, guys. Bye.
Bye. Everybody.
Oh yeah, I might be on a show tomorrow night, and tomorrow during the day. Tomorrow during the day, Xbox Factor, and then maybe tomorrow night I might be on the show.
I won't. I'll be in West Palm Beach.
Dave Matthews, crash. Wait.
Crash into her.
Crash into me. All right, bye.
Bye.
Crash.